The following segment contains sponsored content. The opinions and views expressed belong to its sponsors and not those of Nexstar Media Incorporated, this station, or their affiliates or employees. Now, time for a break with Central Illinois' own Gretchen Wirtz.
Welcome back to Central Illinois Newsday. I'm Gretchen Wirtz, and today I am joined by my friend John Roque here with Peoria Rescue Ministries. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely, Gretchen. Thanks for having us.
Yes, tell us a little bit about Peoria Rescue Ministries for those that don't know.
You know, I think most people know Peoria Rescue Ministries. We've been in town a long time, but they think of us mostly as the homeless shelter, and really that's changed. Our mission is to create pathways out of poverty through Jesus with our neighbors in need. And so we've still do compassionate crisis care, but that's more of a gateway into developmental transformation. We want to see lives change for the long term.
And I think you do that kind of in four different
You're right. So it really starts in crisis. People come to us because they've experienced homelessness or addiction or something that's brought them to a crisis. Then that path goes through transformation, where they begin to change through really the opportunity to see God at work in their lives and understand that He loves them and all that means for them. Then we have transition. Now transition really is the first opportunity. We just opened 1212 community house apartments. We are so excited about what that means, because now men, after they graduate, can go into a 3-year opportunity to reside there in what we call an accountable yet affordable environment. So they'll pay a little rent that's based on their income, so that's how it's affordable for them. But then it's accountable because it's a mix of their own apartment space but also community space, where we can continue to see those changes that God has made in their lives become more permanent.
Very good. I like that. Where does funding come from for Peoria Rescue Ministries?
It's a great question. We are all privately funded. We don't take any government source funding, and that's really just so that we can have the freedom to really embrace kind of the programming and the teaching and just the ability to do how we would like to do things. And so it really works well that way. And God's gracious. All the people in Central Illinois come around generously and support the ministry.
Did I hear that mulch may help pay for some things?
Yeah, that's true too. That's exactly right. So a part of our revenue and income comes from ourselves. We have what we call enterprise ventures. We've had a partnership with Caterpillar for many years, where we take their wood waste and then we recycle pallets back to them. And now we're expanding that to take the mulch that generates and actually start having mulch for people locally. So all they have to do is go to peoriamulch.com and check it out. It's going to be great.
Amazing. We could talk forever about that because that's fascinating to me. But in the meantime, we're tackling homelessness here. And what can people do? What can people that are watching right now do to help others that are homeless?
Yeah, you know, I think what we have to understand is that homelessness is not a quick fix. You know, usually there's a lot of reasons that have brought people to that. And so just providing a home doesn't make all of a sudden all those problems. So it's a journey. That's why we call it a pathway out. And it's not something that anybody can do to or for somebody. You have to do it with somebody. We really believe that poverty is rooted in relationship and lack of relationships. And there's a lot we can talk about another time. But the only way then that poverty gets solved is through relationship. And that's a long-term thing. And so it takes time. And so, you know, one thing we say, there's a fair amount of panhandlers around town. Engage them and be courteous and engage them, but encourage them to get real help, not short-term help, which is maybe the $5 that we hand them.
Good advice there, right there. Well, I've got so many more questions, because what you guys do is very fascinating and so helpful to our community, and we appreciate it. And if you would like more information, you can go to peoriarescue.org or Peoria Mulch. And that
peoriamulch.com. And then either way, you'll get to peoriarescue.org.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, John.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. All right. More coming up. Keep it right here.
The preceding segment contains sponsored content. The opinions and views expressed belong to its sponsors and not those of Nexstar Media Incorporated, this station, or their affiliates or employees.